So in a previous video, I talked about the Oscars this year and how people like Spike Lee and Jada Pinkett Smith were calling for a boycott of the Academy Awards because of their lack of minority nominations, specifically African American nominations. And if you look at the top awards for the Academy Awards, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor and Actress, all the nominees are Caucasians, whites, right? Well, even though you've got people like Spike Lee and Jada Pinkett Smith calling for boycott, there are some celebrities that won't have anything to do with that. And one of them is Stacey Dash. And she's an actress. She was in Clueless years ago, and she's had a few minor roles here and there, and she became a Fox News contributor for some reason. Well, anyway, she was asked about it by Steve Doocy. She said the whole boycott was ludicrous, and she likened the boycott to segregation. She said, you know, do you want integration? Do you want segregation? And she went on to talk about the BET channel, Black Entertainment Channel, their Image Awards, their other BET Awards, and Black History Month. And she said that it was all they did was promote segregation. She asked, like, what the Image Awards and the BET Awards, why do we have that when only black people can win? It's the same thing as your Oscars so white. And then, like I said, she brought up Black History Month. I thought they needed to get rid of that. And what Steve Doocy said, oh, is that because there isn't a White History Month? Steve Doocy, if you're listening, if there's anyone else out there who's ever asked, well, why isn't there a White History Month? I have an answer for that question. That is because every month is White History Month. Pretty much everything we studied in American history is based on the perspective of the white people, what the white people did. I mean, yes, that's a part of history, but still, it's like people like Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse and Martin Luther King. They only pop up in the history books every once in a while. Most of it's basically just what the white people did. So we don't need a White History Month. We already have that every month. Does that mean we need a Black History Month? I don't know. We could just integrate African Americans more into our history books based on importance. Now, as far as the BET channel, when you get rid of that, why? There are hundreds of cable channels that cater to everything. Fishing, country music, cooking, shopping. What's one where they kind of sort of want their target audience is, you know, African Americans? Why is that a problem? You know, I mean, it's a bit on the nose that they call it the Black Entertainment Channel. I don't know. They could have called it the Soul Channel, the Jazz Channel. But then I guess they'd have to go soul music and jazz music. Is there a soul channel or a jazz channel? Well, like I said, if you'd gone with those two, I don't think anyone would have a problem. Most of the programming was still African Americans with jazz and soul music. And like with the Image Awards, I don't know. I don't watch the Image Awards. It just seems pointless to even bring it up. Nobody cares about the Image Awards, so who cares who's winning them? Well, Stacey Dash got a lot of shit for what she had said. And I think one of the reasons she got a lot of shit is because Stacey Dash is partly black. She's like black and Mexican and like some kind of Bajan. It means from like the Bahamas. Yeah, she's biracial too. And the African American community didn't, well, a lot of them didn't like what she had to say, and they acted like she's some sort of race traitor because she expressed an opinion outside the status quo. which is something that always sort of annoys me, is that something that when people say white privilege, I always kind of roll my eyes at the concept of it. But when something like this happens, I realize, yeah, I think in some ways I do have it better than I'm white. And this is an example of that, where when you've got a small group, people expect like this absolute loyalty out of you, and you have to follow the status quo. And this is an example. Stacey Dash is like people saying, okay, Spike Lee and Jada Pinkett Smith say we got to boycott the Oscars. All right, everyone who's black's got to be on the train with that. And Stacey Dash says, no. And then everyone raises a stink about it. Just my thought on that. But she wasn't the only celebrity to speak out against it. Another one is Charloltte Rampling. And if you thought what Stacey Dash had to say was stupid, wait till you listen to Charloltte Rampling. She said this boycott itself was racist to the white actors and actresses. And she also said this. Just give me a second so I can read it. No one can ever really know, but perhaps the black actors did not deserve to make the final list. Wow. I should also point out Rampling's white. Why is this a factor? Well, once again, she's saying perhaps the black actors weren't so good. Apparently, she's never heard of Justice Anthony Scalia. He said something about black college students that didn't go over too well. But, yeah, that's what she is saying. And, wow. I'm not going to defend that. That just... I can see why it would be unfair, where we're just kind of suggesting that these actors and actresses who were white, the only reason they got it was because they're white. But still, that's how I would say it. I would not say, maybe the blacks weren't good enough. Yeah. And she's actually nominated for an award. Keep in mind, that's for acting. It's not like a Mensa award. So in my last video, I did say that I was probably going to watch the Academy Awards. I don't know if that's true anymore. I did the last video, and I've done this one, and I did one on my other channel. And the more I look into it, the more I'm thinking I probably should be part of the boycott, in the sense that I'm not going to watch it. And if other people don't watch it, there's a lot of us that's going to affect the ratings, and people might, get it through their heads that, this lack of looking at the minorities and diversity in the Oscars will make a difference. If the drop in the ratings is that significant. So I probably will be boycotting the Oscars now. Also, to be perfectly honest, Chris Rock is the host, and I never could stand the guy, so I'm probably not going to watch them at all.